I sat down to do a bunch of pre-filming and I got through one video and then my camera battery died, because of course it did. Hello BookTube, it's Leah Cooper here, and today I'm bringing you, let me check out my list of things to record. What am I recording? A Top 5 Wednesday video. So this week's Top 5 Wednesday topic is top 5 characters on the naughty list. And I think in the description of this topic on Goodreads, Sam said that you could do like villains who would literally be on a naughty list, or just characters you don't like. So I think I'm going to do mostly characters I just don't like. So number one is one that's come up in a few other things, and that's Severus Snape. I don't really like Severus Snape. I think though probably what I don't like is kind of the cult of personality around him. Like I've talked about it before. I feel that she tried to kind of retcon bits of his character. Like, I feel like in many respects, J.K. Rowling created this really toxic first book. I mean, it's great, but she created all these excessively toxic, abusive elements that are excessive for the lols factor, because it's kind of like uncomfortably funny that, oh, he's this kid and he's getting mail in a closet where he lives under the stairs. But like when you start digging into those themes as an adult, you're like, yeah, that's child abuse, along with all the other things. And I think the same thing goes with Severus Snape. Like he's abusive verbally, mentally, or verbally, emotionally, potentially physically in some respects, towards children who are in his care. And then I feel like she really tries to backpedal on that and give him a heroic character arc. Yeah, I'm not buying it. And I know we're not supposed to give Harry Potter answers for Top 5 Wednesday, or we're supposed to try to avoid it, but like that one's just one that really irks me and continues to irk me, because I think the thing is that he could have been a cool or interesting character, but I think she would have had to lay the groundwork for some of that and like not made him so wretchedly terrible, gross, and then not made him this awful... No, I'm not getting into it. Because the stuff with Severus's past and the Half-Blood Prince and the way he treats Lily and Lily's lack of agency when it comes to people who really love Snape is just, it's gross. Nope. Backpedaling. I'm not talking about this. Okay, let's move on. Another character I cannot stand. Probably Lila Bard. This is a little bit of a pot shot maybe, because it's, I think, too easy to pick apart some of Schwab's inconsistent characterizations in the Shades of Magic trilogy, but Lila was just irritating on a few levels. One of them being the not like other girls trope. It's just gross. I don't need it. I'm not here for it. Anyone can wear a dress, and that doesn't make them less. Okay, so I don't need your garbage, Lila Bard. Beyond that though, she just makes some decisions. She's so selfish. Like, she is the epitome of an empty, selfish character. The shit she pulls in the second book to get into the competition made me lose my last vestiges of respect for her. I couldn't stand her from that point on. The way she treats a secondary character, a disposable secondary character, is so shitty and cheap, and I think it was a cheap move on the author's point, from the author, just because she needed to maneuver Lila into a situation, so she totally fucks over this random character. And I mean, yeah, it's just a random nameless character. Not nameless, they probably do say the name because he's like got an invitation into the fight arena thing, and but I don't remember his name. He gets fucked over so hard and so egregiously. There was no need for that. Lila Bard, I get a lot of, I'm not like other girls and I just want to be on my own and not have anyone around me and I cannot trust anyone. But we're not really given a whole lot of reasons why that is. It just seems like her being a bit of, want to use the C word here, But that's a little too R-rated for YouTube, I suspect. So, won't call her that. But I can't stand her. Another kind of pot shot. It's gonna go at Teen Wolf, though. I hate Scott McCall. He has potential to be kind of a okay character, but like ultimately he is such a bag of teen drama tropes without a personality. Like now, to be fair, I only watched seasons 1 and 2, started season 3, could not do it, and stopped watching the show. And a lot of those could not do it reasons revolve around Scott McCall. Like, he's the eponymous hero, but he's such a potato. Like, he has no character. He's just a bag of really bland, flavorless cliches. Some of it's not necessarily the character or the actor's fault. It's the way it was written. Like, the conflicts are so shit that it just reflects really, really, really poorly on the character. Does that make sense? Yeah, I don't even know what happened with the whole like true alpha Jesus trope garbage that happened in the second half of season 3, but puke. I really hated the end of season 2 when we have a character who's repeatedly had his bodily autonomy taken from him, and who, despite the writer's attempts at backpedaling, was probably molested by an adult as a kid. And then we have our hero, again, take this character's bodily agency away from them. And I was so grossed out by that. Nope. Can't do Scott McCall. Don't like him. The actor has said some really inflammatory things, queerbaity things, and kind of homophobic things over the years that you're just like, it's probably because you're of your age. And frustration that people like other characters in your show, not you, but gross, dude. Gross. I like Scott McCall in fanfic. I think people tend to write him better, make him more complex. Can't stand him on the show. And I think he was like the worst protagonist you could have written because he has no characterization. Number 4 is going to be from a movie. And that is... is it Kylo Ren? Ben Solo? That's his name? I've only actually gotten through The Force Awakens all the way through once. And it took me so many attempts to get through that movie. Like, that is a rough film. Like, not rough in, like, a good sense or, like, an emotional sense, but, like, rough in a, wow, it's really obvious that there were 3 writers working on this, and that J.J. Abrams is mediocre at best. But, that aside, I also freaking hated the villain. I hate Kylo Ren so much. He is the epitome of the Reddit edgelord. If what's-her-face, I can't even remember her name, Rey? If Rey doesn't, like, cut him in half in the sequel, if they, like, from the trailer, I'm really annoyed to say that I get this impression that they're like trying to frame some sort of romantic narrative around Rey and Kylo Ren, and it makes me want to barf. And if that happens, I will probably wash my hands of Star Wars, because gross. The epitome of fucking gross. The only way you come back from that is if you like you crawl on hands and knees through the burning desert and rip yourself to ribbons, because gross. How do I top my disgust of Kylo Ren? I really want another book example, like a book character I really hate. Because I don't think, I'm thinking through book characters I dislike, and there's several that I'm not a big fan of, or I think they're really boring or dull or kind of inconsistent characters, but like, I think hate is too strong of a word. And generally speaking, I think my like number one biggest reason for DNFing books is usually that I hate a character, because I can get behind tropes, or cheese, or whatever, but if I really hate a character, I struggle to finish the book. So I don't think I've necessarily really finished a whole ton of books with characters that I hate, just because I wouldn't have been able to do it. I mean, I don't like Odin, Mr. Thursday, is that his name? Wednesday? Odin from American Gods, whatever his like modern name is. I can't quite remember. I don't like him. I'm really conflicted in how he's framed in American Gods, because I think were sort of, I mean, like, the first 75% of it were definitely supposed to be behind him. But then when Shadow crucifies himself on the tree for Odin, I feel like it's framed still in such a way that even though we learn how all of this shit Odin's done, how much of a terrible person he is, not just that he's trying to start a war for the lulz kind of, but like the racism and how he like pursued Shadow's mother so they could create this thing to mold to his will. It's just like, I still feel though that from Shadow's perspective, Odin is still framed in such a way that we're still supposed to be on his side. And I just not here for that. But like, I'm not here for pretty much any of the characters in American Gods. I think they're all gross, terrible, or they're flat caricatures of women instead of being actually women. So I feel like that's kind of a not a very strong specific note to end this video on, but like in general, I hate all of the characters from American Gods. They're all on the naughty list because they're all pretty much trash, and in my opinion, so is that book. It's a huge waste of time, especially for the absurd length that it is. Anyways, okay, those are my characters that I dislike and I would put on the naughty list because I hate them. I don't know. Y'all know I'm pretty like outspoken about the characters in the books I don't like. Let me know what you thought of any of these characters that I've mentioned. If you feel the same way, if you feel really, really differently, let me know who would go on your naughty list, or which characters from the books that you have read in 2017 did you hate the most. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.